So the video tonight has been canceled, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and look at one of the problems on your homework. So the midpoint is the first thing we need to find for this perpendicular bisector. So I'd use the formula x1 plus x2 over 2, comma y1 plus y2 over 2. That gives me the midpoint. So this is the point the perpendicular bisector will go through. The next thing I have to do is I have to find the slope. So the change in y is negative 4. So from 7 to 11, it goes down 4. From negative 2 to 4, okay, when I find that change, 4 to negative 2, it goes down 6. So my slope is 2/3. The perpendicular slope ends up being 3/2, and I make that negative, so it's the negative reciprocal. So I've flipped 2 over 3 to 3 over 2, and I've made it negative. So when I put it in point slope form, it should be y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So the equation is y minus 9 equals negative 3 over 2 times x minus 1. Okay. Number 4, ooh, that's a toughie. But I will tell you this, okay? Once you find the equation of the line of both of these perpendicular bisectors, that means you're going to have to do 2 separate processes. So you'll have 2 midpoints, you'll have 2 slopes, and you'll have 2 perpendicular slopes. And then you'll have 2 equations of a line. Okay? Once you have those 2 equations of a line in the form y equals, you can set them equal to each other. So whatever this is, you can set equal to this. Let's solve for x. Once you find x, you'd write that in their point of intersection, and then you'd go back and find y. So if you wanted to see this example, the midpoint of AB ends up being negative 1 comma 0. The slope ends up being negative 4 over 2. The perpendicular slope is the opposite of that, so this is equal to negative 2, so that would be 1/2. So y equals mx plus b on this guy would end up being 0 equals, so if I did my y equals mx plus 0 equals 1/2 times negative 1 plus b. So b ends up being negative 1/2. Or ends up being 1/2, sorry. Okay, so my slope, change in y, is a change of 4, or change of negative 4, and y, or x increases by 2. So its negative reciprocal is 1/2. When I solve for b, b is also 1/2. When I find the midpoint of CD, halfway between 7 and 11 is 9. Halfway between 4 and 8 is 6. The slope of this line, it goes up by 4 and decreases by 4. So the slope is negative 1. The negative reciprocal of negative 1 is 1. So when I write out my equation, b ends up being negative 3. So what I would do at this point is I would set these 2 things equal to each other. So 1/2 x plus 1/2 equals x minus 3. And when I solve, I get 7/2 equals 1/2 x. So when I add 3 over to here, 3.5 is 7/2. When I subtract 1/2 x, I get 1/2 x. Okay? And when I solve this by multiplying both sides by, or dividing both sides by 1/2, 7 is x. So I'd have to go back and find out what y is. So 7 equals, or excuse me, y equals 7 minus 3. So y is 4. Okay. Now, if you've watched through this entire video, don't tell anyone you've watched it, okay? Don't tell anyone that the notes tonight are really just an overview of the 2 harder problems on the homework. Let them think that they actually have notes. It'll be our little secret. All right? Have a fabulous day. Have a nice night. Talk to you later.